Hello rock stars, TimEid here, and I'll say this too, Faith Factor TV. The reason I say that at the beginning is I've received an unexpected amount of messages, instant messenger, private messages, saying, Faith Factor TV, what about Faith Factor? And what I want to say about Faith Factor is faith really is the X factor. We're living in a world right now that this is uncharted territory. If this isn't, I don't know what is. And I'm not saying that it's not going to get more uncharted than what it presently is. But what I want to say before we get into any of that is something really important about faith and Faith Factor and why it's a bigger deal in my heart and for you than ever. That faith, first of all, what is faith? And it's not something necessarily that you can think about or you can find on a cerebral level. Faith is, now follow this one, F-A-I-T-H, finding answers in the heart. Finding answers in the heart, that is faith. And that's feeling something deep inside. And I'll tell you what the other side of faith is, the opposite of it is fear. Okay, and we live in a world where the law of polarity runs all. In other words, you can't be negative, you can't be positive both at the same time. You got to pick a side. You're either down or you're up. Okay? You're either sad or you're happy. Okay? That is a really, 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 really important point. Why? Because if you're picking fear, here's what's going to happen. I know you're like, I've heard this before. Just really catch it this time. Just really receive it. It's not a judgment. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just a matter of what is going on with the thinking. Identifying fear and saying, I am in fear. What is that going to do? The way it works is if you have a plan, there's something that you want to do, and most people don't, okay? But if you have a plan and you have any fear, any doubt, then that means you don't have faith. Not in how it's going to be done, just that it's going to be done. And I want to reach out from my heart to yours, finding answers in the heart, and just remind you to keep your faith. Because when you have full faith, which is gratitude for something that has only happened in here and in here, hasn't even happened out here yet. When you have full faith, that is faith in something with the gratitude now for what's coming, because it's already here, it's already planted, just like a seed. It's a spiritual seed. When you do that, and you've planted that and you keep watering it, by law, just like every other seed out here, it has to grow. And it will grow. Your faith will continue to grow, and the weeds of this fear will be crowded out. And don't buy in that you have to choose fear just because we're living in a world right now of uncharted territory. The news media, every other second, the most searched word on the planet by far is the one with the C. It's not even cancer. And you start hearing, my whole life I heard corona and I thought of a beer. Now I hear coronavirus and it's stopping the economies of the world. The stock markets are down 9-10% today as I'm speaking. Some people like that, some people don't like that. But one thing is clear, everybody has moved from a moment of complacency, complaining about dumb stuff, to now being really, really frightened. Maybe about even their lives, or whether they'll have toilet paper. Look, go into a quiet place and design the world that you want for you. That doesn't mean anything's going to be different out here. We still have to work within the bounds, and if there's a national emergency or flights are down and there's a disease out here, okay. But design the world that you want to live in and that you want to make available to other people, and start to live in that world in your mind. Don't let this world out here dictate how you're going to react and think. Keep designing the world. Keep being conscious of the world that you're designing, because our entire world is being created minute by consciousness. And the more of our minds, yours and mine and everybody's out here, that we get together in alignment, just saying, I want to do more. I want to operate in love. You know what? Whatever's happened, I forgive. Let it go. love, all love. I love myself. I love everybody. I love God, the universe. I'm in love with being alive. And whatever happens, you're grateful. Okay? Complaining is the opposite of gratitude. Just change the channel. Change the channel on the complaining. Change the channel on the excuses. Change the channel on the alibis. Change the channel on the blames. And definitely change the channel on the whole victim thing. Because when you can shift from being a victim to being a victor, then everything that you've experienced, and I know sometimes it's been not easy, that everything that you've experienced has been to make you stronger, because we need you to be really strong for what's going on now and for the faith that you have to have. And until it becomes your new habit, use your willpower, put everything in it and say, I will be faithful. And when you recognize fear and you see it start to come in, you can choose with your conscious mind to reject it. And then as faith becomes the default program, it'll run in the background. You won't have to think about it all the time. But right now, I want you to put your whole self into changing channels, into flipping the script from fear to faith, from fear to freedom. Harmonetics is coming. So I want to share that with you because it's not a program. I'm not selling anything. I teach people. I'm going to teach you, I hope, how to find and express, to identify and to express what are your superpowers. If you don't know what they are, you don't have any. If you don't know what your superpowers are, you don't have any. If you don't know what your superpowers are, you don't have any. But you do. We're gonna bring them out into the universe, because what a shame it would be for you to have all these amazing, beautiful, poetic superpowers. Your song unsung, your book unwritten, your story untold, and then you leave this place. No, we're not doing that. I reject that. Let's tell your story. Let's hear your song. Let's hear your story. Let's hear how you went from this place to this place. Someone will be inspired by that, because I'm already inspired by so much of what you do, what you share, what you're going through now, and other people that maybe none of us knows that they're out here in the public. And they say that all of us at some time are on our way into a storm, we're in the storm, in the middle of the storm, or we're on our way out of the storm. And if we're out of there in some manner, we have a duty, we have an obligation, we have a responsibility to help pull other people out of that storm to safety. Safely and to safety. And that's men, women, children, old, young, any living thing, really, especially humans. I gotta run. I just want to remind you that faith is finding answers in the heart. You won't find that here. You just let it go. Let it go. Here's what they say in the recovery movement. I have a few friends out here that are in the recovery movement. I'm so proud of you guys all too. They say, let go and let God. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. There's so many things that I know that I want to do. I've declared them, I've claimed them, but I have to leave it now as to how it gets done, moving all the pieces. No one will ever know how that gets done. You won't. I don't even burden my mind with these types of things. I just know that I leave it to a greater mind, to God, to the universe, to infinite intelligence. But take your choice. Use your free will. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Use your free will. TimEid here, Faith Factor TV, on a very special day. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than words. Have an amazing day. Stay safe. So long for now.